like first to thank OpenIO to give us the opportunity today to present our technology and how the combination of next generation of object storage and networking is important, and how we can fit better together in your data center. So firstly, really quickly, a small overview of Mellanox. Perhaps some of you know Mellanox on high-performance computing, about InfiniBand technology, for example, but we are doing also Ethernet solution, end-to-end solution that fit with storage infrastructure. So it's an Israeli company with two mainly headquarters, one in US and one in Israel, about 3,000 people today, and we are on the verge to reach $1 billion company this year. We are talking about data. We'll talk about more deeply about networking, but data is key. We are today in an event around a solution about object storage. So we are living in a world with a lot of devices, a lot of growth, more application, more data. So just an example, probably today we are not seeing a lot of autonomous car, but it's ongoing. It will be for tomorrow. And just for an example, and I'm not talking about flight or something like that, but about cars. Each day, your car, autonomous car, generates about 4 terabytes of data that you need to analyze, that you need to take decisions. So it's really important to store data efficiently and to have access to your data. So why networking is important? Data is growing exponentially, and so you need faster network. So 1 gigabit, even 10 gigabit today is not enough to get access to your data, to analyze and process to what you need to do for your business. So you need faster processing and, of course, security. So some key success story in Mellanox customer. So we are present mainly in financial, about high-performance computing, but also in cloud company, in open networking solution, and in broadcasting media entertainment company. For example, Netflix is based on Mellanox technology. So what Mellanox is doing is we are providing end-to-end solution, high-performance networking from servers to storage. So meaning that, so we are providing NICs from 10 gig to 100 gig. We are also providing cables and optics that we are making ourselves. So it's not Cisco optics, for example, or Cisco cables, etc. It's made by Mellanox with better MTBF, for example, for your data center. And we are doing switches, InfiniBand switches for high-performance computing with less than 100 nanosecond latency, and Ethernet switches with about 300 nanosecond latency, which is the best in the market. And we are also providing the backend for storage controllers, connectivity, supporting RDMA, for example. So what is Spectrum? Spectrum is the name of the ASIC, the silicon of Mellanox product. Mellanox is unique in the market because inside the switches, we are not putting a Broadcom silicon that every switch vendor can use. We are developing, we have our own IP about our silicon coming from InfiniBand business without its low latency product. Okay, so it's the name of the silicon. What we can provide is a great flexibility on our solutions from 10 gig to 100 gig. And also today we have announced 200 gig, and for 2019 we'll be at 400 gig, for example, Ethernet solution. Today, for example, Facebook and Amazon are testing 400 gig solution as a sample, in engineering sample. In terms of scalability, we are coming from the world of high-performance computing, meaning that we are really scalable from 1 or 2 switches to thousands of switches. Okay, it's a topology and the strategy of Mellanox to provide solution as spine and leaf, and not to have like other switch vendor chassis solution, for example, really expensive and with a high latency. We provide also some open Ethernet networking solution, which is really key today. We are talking about open source, we are talking about OpenStack, we are talking about open networking solution that allow your customer to install on top of each switches any kind of operating system. So it could be Sonic from Microsoft, it could be Cumulus for a software-defined solution, it could be Mellanox operating system or ever. And we provide performance. We will go deeply in the solution just after this slide. So today, storage, you may have heard a lot of things about storage this morning and during a lot of events. So storage is moving to new trends, from traditional legacy infrastructure, fiber channel, etc., to software-defined solution, to hyperconverged solution, and mostly flash storage solution that lead and needs networking requirements, which was not the same than in the past, meaning high-performance networking. So some changes about servers with new processors, Intel, AMD, hyperconverged solution, and distributed data. So we need more east-west traffic, and we need high-performance solution. That means your networking now is a bottleneck in your infrastructure. It's not the servers, it's not the storage, it's the networking. So we have launched a concept called Mellanox ZSF, which is Ethernet Storage Fabric. It's a unique concept to provide high-performance interconnect solution for any kind of storage solution. It could be object storage, it could be file storage, it could be whatever hyperconverged solution, or just flash storage. So our portfolio is really simple, really thin. Everything is on the inside the box, so not a lot of SKU, only 4 models. It's really simple to memorize. One model which is unique in the market from bottom to top. So it's a SN2010, which is a half-wave solution. It means in one you can put 2 switches side by side and have a better ROI, mostly if you are, for example, hosted in a data center, or you need to pay each row, which is something important. So it's every hour switches support, of course, 1 gigabit connectivity, but monthly from 10 to 100 gig. So the 2010, it's a 1025 gig solution with uplink at 100 gig. The 2100, it's 16 ports, 100 gig or 40 gig, and the top of rack or aggregation switches, which is mostly 48 ports, 1025, and also 32 ports, 100 gig. Of course, the best seller in the market today is the 2100. Why? Because in one switch of 16 ports, you can connect 48 devices at 10 or 25, for example, using splitters, and keeping some ports for uplink at 100 gig, and it's the best seller in the market with a lower price per port and per bandwidth. So what is really key is we are doing our own ASIC, so it means that we don't lose any packet, which is really important in traffic, when you traffic with your data, mostly in storage solution, so we don't lose packet. We have a really well distributed bandwidth in each port, and we really low latency. 3 nanoseconds, it's the lowest in the market. The competition is minimum at some microsecond, which is 10x higher. So a typical user case, for example, in storage solution using OpenIO solution, is to put a couple of half switches, if I would say, on top of the OpenIO solution, and you have the best ratio of performance. You can connect a lot of nodes in 10 gig, 25, 40, 56, 100 gig, or even 200 gig, whatever the needs you have in terms of performance. So in terms of hosting, for example, you need to pay for consumption, you need to pay the number of units you pay in the rack. So for example, our switches are consuming less than 100 watts, which is just a light. Okay? Typical infrastructure, today the price of 10 gig connectivity is exactly the same than 25 gig. So why not moving now to 25 gig, which is the next generation of speed? It's the same price, and you have 2.5 more bandwidth and performance. Okay, so it's really important to have in mind these kind of things. Every OEM, every server vendor are using 25 gig today. Okay, it's really key for your data center, and you save CPU cost. In terms of performance, so what can I add? It's we have the highest performance within the switch, with more than 3 terabytes per second. Zero packet loss, which is unique in the market. 32 ports with supporting 1 ASIC. We are also launching end of the year 6400 gig switches with only 1 ASIC, which is unique in the market. So, and with really an affordable price. Latency, what else? Power consumption. Half switches, for example, is consuming about 80 watts. And top of rack standard, one new unit is reading about 100 watts. So just to summarize about Mellanox and the integration with open storage solution, you need first high-performance network. Secondly, you need also Rocky, for example, or RDMA, which allow you to have better performance as a CPU utilization. So you can also choose and be flexible on the operating system you want to put on top of the switches. Best prices as well, so please don't hesitate if you have any questions, or we are here to listen and to provide to you the best performance and the best ROI for your infrastructure. So thank you. My name is Franck Jonas. I'm based in Paris, so I'm covering south of Europe. And so if you have any question or information, so don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you.